Yeah, my name is Mathieu Bérubé. My title at Digital Extreme is lead designer on the multiplayer for BioShock team. When we first heard about basically having this proposal for a multiplayer that 2K asked us to, we looked back at the history of BioShock 1, at the story they were going with for BioShock 2, and looking back at the events of the first game, what was really prominent was the state of decay you found Rapture, and then you kept getting these clues about what came about, how this whole thing, why did the city go to hell? Why did people start to fight? And it was just a perfect setting for multiplayer, this kind of anarchy and people just fighting over this atom substance, so we just ran with it. I think one of the big ideas we had early on was to focus on this one big complicated game mode, but it never really panned out. And we found out, going back to the first BioShock, that players like the familiar shooter feel with the uniqueness the BioShock brand drawing into it. So again, we went back to the design of it and focused on game modes that people were familiar with, but with a twist on it, like Capture the Sister that you saw today. If you're in any way familiar with multiplayer games, you're gonna get that attack and defense switch pretty fast. But it has its own BioShock twist, right? You capture a sister, she's resisting you, so that's pretty new. And what we also found is that by giving personalities to our multiplayer characters, it brings a lot of uniqueness, a lot of fun to the multiplayer, because now when I'm choosing Jacob and I'm killing somebody, he's gonna comment and calling that other player, taunting him, and everybody has their own set of bars. That housewife character, she's gone psychotic because she used too much Adam, so she actually thinks the Big Daddy is a dog, the family dog that's trying to run away. So everybody has their own like little quirks, so that's pretty unique. All 10 maps are reprises of environments from the first game, but rebuilt from the ground up, and some actually look so different that if we used a different name, you couldn't really tell. Like the museum in the first game, Point Prometheus, when you visit it in the first game, it's in the state of decay, it's all destroyed. In multiplayer, the Civil War's just starting, so it's still all brightly lit. The exposition that are going on are completely new. It has more of that replay feel with creatures of the deep and a showcase showing plasmids. Same for Mercury Streets. When you go through it in the first game, it's very claustrophobic, doorways are smashed in. In our version, it's brightly lit and there's still vegetation. So that's how we wanted to approach. Again, give something familiar to the player, but make it new. Survival of the fittest is your standard, very free-for-all, chaotic gameplay of everybody out for themselves, killing each other, and basically the guys who get the most kills are rewarded with the most Adam. But concurrent with any game mode, you can do a lot of complementary action to get some extra Adam that doesn't count toward winning the game. Like if you find Adam vials lying in the level, hacking turrets, assists count towards that. If you find a Big Daddy suit, or if you take down a Big Daddy, you get these extra rewards that further your progression even faster. And that's the mentality that's applied to any game mode. For Civil War, it's very similar to Survival, but it has a team setting, and you're temporarily joining hands with either the Andrew Ryan faction or Atlas, and your team fighting against each other. And the third mode that we just talked about today, again, Atlas and Ryan fighting for Adam in the form of a little sister that's in play. She carries a lot of Adam, she's the one extracting it from corpses. And as a defender, you gotta make sure that you keep that Adam to yourself, and there's a Big Daddy on your side. As an attacker, you have to find a way to get that sister to your vent. If that means taking down the Big Daddy first, it does. If you can be sneaky enough to not have to do that, you can do that too. As far as the progression goes, like I said, we track a lot of things. Basically anything we can and try and track, we reward you with Adam for it. That goes toward your progression. With each incremental Adam plateau, you get a new rank, and Sinclair rewards you with new weapons, new upgrades, new plasmid, new tonics, and also masks and melee weapons. BioShock 2 is coming out February 9, 2010 on Xbox 360, PS3, and PC.